I literally press record, sit in my room, and just record videos in my closet. That's all I do. I didn't really have to come from a lot, right? To do the things that I want to do, to speak the word. You don't have to come from anything. That even in small beginnings, right? It's not a bad thing. Seeds, great trees come from little seeds, right? Oak trees come from small seeds. There were once small seeds, and it might take many years before you can see the full growth within inside of that seed, within inside of that plant. But with small beginnings come great endings. In Zechariah chapter 4, verses 10, it says, "Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." Now, let's get to the next episode. Yo, what is good, everybody, man? Hopefully everybody's feeling loved and blessed as always, bruh. Welcome back to another Kids Room Podcast episode. And today we're going to be talking about how to be disciplined in hard times. Because God doesn't want you to see yourself, right? For as who you are. God doesn't view you for who you are, right? God sees the perfection within inside of you. God sees your heart. God doesn't see the outside as we see the things that we see. God sees the heart. God sees the soul. God sees the spirit, right? God doesn't want you to look in the mirror and judge yourself based off of what you see in the mirror, right? Or judge yourself based off the decision or the mistakes that you might make in life. God wants you to look at yourself and look within your spirit and see the light that is inside of you, and know that the enemy is trying to throw you out of your way. The enemy is trying to throw you distractions, trying to throw confusion, right? It's funny that sometimes we get so ahead of ourselves that we start to outthink, right? We start to run out of ideas, run out of bad things to think about. Right? It's because it's so made up in our mind. We have made something so big in our minds, right? That it has outcasted even the plans that even God or even reality could even reach, right? Because it's made up. It isn't real. It won't be a thing. God didn't have plans to destroy you. God had plans to prosper you, right? To set a foundation for you, not to destroy you, not to kill you, not to do the things that the enemy is trying to do, right? So when we're just going through the things and you're trying to get through it, that is better than just going through the things. Because when you're just going through it, you're just going through the motions, right? But when you're getting through something, you're learning, you're gaining courage, and you're gaining strength as well. In Isaiah chapter 40, verses 31, it goes on to say, "But those who wait for the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and will not faint." Because when you are disciplined and wait on God, when you want to wait on Christ, when you want to not jump the gun, and even when things are getting hard and when you can't even think of things, how to get out of a certain situation, you have to know that God already has worked out a way for you to get out of it. You already got to know that God wouldn't have let you make it this far just to make it this far. You got to know that God just wasn't going to just drop you off at a location and not have transportation to the next destination. He didn't just want to leave you alone. He never forsakes you, but he has blessed you, right? He never dismayed you, but he has made you a relationship. He has made a covenant with you, right? When life feels overwhelming, right? That's when you can find your path. That's when you can find who you truly are. That whenever you have become disciplined, you have made a decision to adapt to the things that's going to come into your life. You have made a decision to adapt to the situation that's going to come into your life. So the decisions that you have is going to lead you to the consequences to what was made, right? So the good decisions are going to lead to good consequences. Bad decisions are going to lead to obviously bad consequences. And that's what we have to see. Even in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 13, it goes on to say, "Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, that we have to do everything in our power to stand, but not just within our power, but know that with our power that comes through Christ, that it comes through God. That's where our true power lies, within our spirit, within our lungs, within our tongue. It's not within our fists. It's not within weapons. It's not within the things that you can maybe speak negatively towards somebody, but what you can do positively towards somebody. The person that wants to hurt you, that you pray for them. That the enemy that wishes bad against you, that you wish only good with them. That God, we need God, right? Just to lift us up. Just to wake us up in the morning, right? Hard times create hard people. And we don't want to be hard people. We don't want to be soft people, but we want to have soft hearts, right? We want to be stern people. We want to be disciplined people. We want to be respectful people. Servitude, servanthood, servant leadership people. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 58, it goes on to say, therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. That everything, the bad, the good, the mistakes, the good decisions, the bad ones, the good days, the bad, the cold weather, the hot weather, the seasons, everything matters. And it's all for your good. That God has put it in the word already to foreshadow your beginnings. That to foreshadow before you were even born, that he knew you. To foreshadow your ending. To foreshadow the plans that he had for you to be successful. To prosper you. And to set you abound on a foundation. So be immovable in 2025, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Comment. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this one. And I hope y'all catch me on the next one. God bless.